So you've reached closure on your financing, whether it's a loan or equity or crowdfunding. You have obligations now, obligations that you need to be following through on, obligations for paying the loan back, obligations to get a return on the investment from the equity investor, rewards that you got to deliver if you did a donation-based crowdfunding campaign, and the list goes on. It behooves you to treat these obligations as sacred trusts, that you have told these people that this is what you're going to do, and you need to proceed to do it. In other words, respect the commitments you made in order to get the money, and respect their commitment for financing you to meet those commitments. They're now obligations. You're going to make these things happen. Let's talk through this. Of course, when you went through the process of explaining what your plan is, you made certain commitments. You're now going to follow through on them. And as you follow through on them, you're going to keep in mind what I have committed myself to all of these people who invested in my company, and what, of course, they've committed to us as a company. But we're going to make a big point of following through, and everybody in your company understands what these obligations are, and they're with you to meet these obligations. Your follow through is really important. This is like keeping your word. You've made a promise. You keep your word. You want to be known as a person who does what they say they're going to do, not something else. Certainly, things happen. Plans don't always go right. But you are going to try to follow through on these unless you find that you really can't. We all don't have infinite foresight. Stuff happens. You know what that stuff is. So when stuff happens, you simply need to inform them of what's going on. Let them know that the situation is different. Respect the commitment you made and inform them of what you're going to do instead, and why, and what your new commitment is. It may turn out that you're going to be committing something that was entirely different than what you started with, but you're not going to do it in a vacuum. You're going to be open about it with your investors, explain to them the situation, and follow through on that new set of commitments, after, of course, getting their buy-in. That's follow through. That's how you manage follow through. Some of the forms of investment, particularly grants, has formal reporting requirements put upon you. I believe that for all of the other forms of investment that could be made in your company, you have an obligation to provide some ongoing reporting on a regular basis. And you tell them these things, that you'll be hearing from me every 2 months or every quarter, and I'm going to report to you this and this and this and this. Revenue, profit, new relationships, marketing, productivity, whatever the right metrics are for the maturity of your business. Have a regular process for reporting on the status of how you're doing. Outside of the regular reporting, you may have occasion to want to give them updates on new things that have happened in between the reporting dates that you've committed to. Things like new partnerships that materially add value to the company, new and exciting things, achievement of goals ahead of schedule, new relationship with future investors, future partners, future exit possibilities, all sorts of really grand things that come up that you've worked on that are going to be very meaningful as updates to your investors, whether they're friends and family or equity investors. So take the opportunity in the middle of the reporting period with great updates on what's changed in your company that your investors should know. As you do all of this, these investors are really important participants in your company. You want to build this trusted relationship between you and them. So there's ongoing communication. There's informal communications via email. They may watch you and follow you on social media, so they keep track of new events and new things going on. You take the opportunity on a regular basis to reach out to them and have a give and take, short chats, short phone calls, ask for advice. It's in their best interest to help you So ask them for help when you need it. If you know they have a particular expertise or they know certain people in the industry you want to get introduced to, take the opportunity to ask them to help you with that. They will be glad to do it because they want to see the business succeed as much as you do. So nurture these relationships. Really good ones will probably last forever. You will know these people for the rest of your business life and maybe beyond. They become very trusted and important people in your business life. Build it that way. Play this for the long run. That these people, even after your current company gets an exit or you've paid your loans back, you're really successful as a business and you decide to move on to another company, these relationships will last through all of that. So another reason to have the relationships that I'm talking about is so that you can get referrals to other people that you need to know that are potential customers, potential partners, potential sales channels, distribution channels, manufacturers, and the list goes on. People that they may know that you want to approach and get help from, even other investors, in case you're doing another round of investing, later on. But this trusted relationship I just got through talking about is done through these people that trust you and want to help you, and you discover that they know somebody on LinkedIn that you don't know that you want to get to know, ask them for a referral. That's okay. So, and they're going to want to do it. So getting referrals is an important benefit of nurturing these relationships with your current investors. So there you have it. You really do have ongoing obligations to the people that took the time and took the risk to invest in your company. Whether it's a loan and they know you're going to pay it back, you respect that and give them ongoing updates, like I mentioned earlier. So understand your obligations, handle them with care, and treat those obligations as commitments on your part and meet them. And as you do that, have a great day.